Hi, this is Kathy from Craft with Kathie. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to do a quick little project that shows a technique using the Life is Tough transfer on our Aiden board. I actually did a quick little live yesterday with this showing how to use the ombre technique, and today's technique is called the hot mess. I've already taken this transfer and deliberately added lint to the back of it using my fuzzing cloth so that it doesn't adhere quite so strongly to the board. And all I'm going to do now is apply paste. Well, I've had this sitting out a little bit. Let me thin it down. Juggling too many things here. Okay, I just added a spritz of distilled water to it. This is the Peachy Keen chalk paste. And I opened it, stirred it, and got ready, and then ended up having to do something else. So thickened up a little bit. You want your paste to always be the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. And I'm going to use our Couture Coral and also Copper Shimmer paste. And I just dropped a crumb onto my surface. Let me clear that off. Okay, so I'm going to randomly put blobs of paste on this transfer. You actually wanted blobs or circles, right? I kind of missed the boat there. More like drips, but that's fine. The teal part of the transfer is vinyl, and the clear areas where you see the chalkboard showing through are actually silkscreen. So it's like a fabric, and you want to be careful with it when you apply it and when you pull it up to not pull up on the corner. You don't want to pull it up diagonally on the bias, because then you could possibly stretch or distort the transfer. So you always want to lift it back up from left to right, top or bottom. And I think these colors will go nicely together. I think I'm using more of the Peachy Keen than any other right now. The Couture Teal is kind of a deep peachy pink, and I really don't want that heavy of a color on here. I want to go a little bit lighter than I did with the ombre yesterday. But I think these three colors go together very nicely. And I want to work fairly quickly. I don't want my chalk to start drying. I ran into that issue yesterday. I try and learn by my mistakes here. Okay, and now for some Copper Shimmer. I think I'm going to need a little bit more of the other colors at the bottom. I just realized I didn't really go to the bottom of my transfer here. Scoot that up a little bit. The Copper Shimmer actually has a little shimmer or glimmer to it. Not quite as defined or bright as glitter, but it just has a nice little shimmer to it when it dries. Our paste is liquid, and goes on liquid, but dries hard and can be removed with water. Okay, the hot mess technique. It's called hot mess because pretty much could be. Here goes with the finger painting. I'm going to actually moisten my fingers a little bit before I start. Not really so that they're wet, diluting the paste, but so that they're not actually sucking it up. And I'm going to, it's starting to dry on me already. I'm going to swirl the colors together, not enough to make them muddy. I don't want to muddy the color. So I've got a little piece of chalk paste there that's hard, but I want to blend them in certain areas. And I want to make sure that the entire silk screen is covered. And this transfer does have a lot of silk screen. I have a feeling I'm going to be adding some more paste in here to get this to be a little bit more spreadable. The copper shimmer really spreads nice and easy. A little bit more water. It's starting to dry on my fingers. Adding a bit more of the peachy keen. Another little dollop of the copper shimmer. And then my coral. Not the easiest thing to pick up my jars of paste with all over my fingers. I almost dropped that jar. Okay. Let me wet my fingers and finish this part of it up. Finger painting for adults. Now this is on a little bit thicker than I would normally apply my chalk paste. Just because it's going to take me a little bit of time to remove it. I think I've got everything covered there. It looks pretty good. Now I need some paper towels. Normally when you remove your chalk paste, you could return the excess to the jar. But as I'm using multiple colors here of paste, I can't really add them back into the jar. I suppose I could make a mixture and save it in a container if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I just want to be careful not to muddy the waters, but remove the excess paste, and then I'm going to go back. Ooh, it's getting a little drippy. And remove any lines. Can you see why it's called a hot mess? I'm trying to be careful not to go off the edge of the transfer. I could have used something like painter's tape there to make sure that I don't. If I do go off the edge of the transfer, all I need to do is clean it up with water and paper towel. Same thing with mistakes. If you make a mistake, just do it again with water and a paper towel. Erase it. And try a different technique. I'm trying to get all the paste off my large squeegee here. And I think I have everything covered. I don't see, whoops, I do see a line right there. Let's see if I've got that removed. Oh, goodness. Big blob of paste on my frame. Let me clean that up. Before I move my fingers into it. Okay, I'm going to come back and clean that up. Let me lift the transfer first. Because I don't want to take any chance that the chalk dries on the transfer. This is on rather snugly. I put it on a bit before I started. So I'm just trying to gain purchase on the end so that I could lift it up. You want to lift in like a 90-degree angle. And let me put this into a water bath. And clean my fingers a bit with my spray bottle. And do a little cleanup here. I'm wetting the paper towel with my distilled water. Distilled water just because that's what I use to thin out my chalk paste if they need it. And it's handy right now. So I got the chalk paste off the edge of my frame. I got a little drip here also, near the bottom. Let me clean that up. And a little bit of chalk off the edge. Kind of like an interesting marble effect. The color is kind of shiny right now, where the paste is shiny. When it dries, it will have more of a matte finish to it. What do you think? I'm trying to get it in full camera, and I'm missing, I guess, a little bit. If you're not a member of my VIP group and would like to be privy to some more videos, techniques, bundles, and specials, please comment VIP below, and I'd be happy to add you to my VIP group, or send me a private message saying VIP. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful life and a great 2020.